So just to back up for everybody, I don't buy traditional real estate anymore. Although, as you've researched me, I've done over 150 flips. I've done
Yeah.
money lending. I've done all kinds of things. But on the note side, the simplest way I could explain it is if you live in a house right now and you're paying a mortgage, you've probably received one of those letters where you no longer pay Bank of America, you now pay Wells Fargo, something like that. Well, what happened? Well, your note got your note.
Mm.
In my business, instead of you paying Bank of America, you now pay me. Okay,
Okay.
so I own the debt on the property, but you still own the property itself. So don't call me with toilets leaking, the roof is leaking,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
needs to be fixed. I don't own the property, I have nothing to do with it, which also means I don't have the liability of ownership either. Right? Something happens on the property, it's not me, but I do have an insurable right on that property if the property were to have some kind of hazard to it, catches on fire, that sort of thing. Then I'm a part of the insurance on that. So you make income like a bank. Basically, you are the bank, you
Literally.
become the bank, so people pay you the monthly payments, but I don't deal with the tenants and the toilets and all that sort of stuff at all, because again, you don't call Bank of America if something
Yeah,
happens
no.
at your house.
None of them.
Yeah, so I make the money as a bank would and get the benefits from all of that. And of course, the security in that is that the property is backing my investment.
Hmm.
If you want to stay in the property, you got to pay. It's very simple. As long as
Yeah.
you're paying your mortgage, everything's cool and you'll never hear a word from me at
Mm-hmm.
all. If you're not paying, then you'll hear from what we call a servicing company. So all of these loans I board with a professional servicing company. They're the ones who collect the monthly payments. They're the ones who call you for late fees and things like that if you're missing
Yeah,
a
same as a
payment.
bank.
Exactly.
So you're essentially
So
just the bank. And I wonder, what
yeah.
do you think makes this approach so like stand out so much?
Well, because the other part, and I'll circle back around, how did I do that with no money? Because I just said I buy the debt on the
Yeah.
property. Well, what I learned was this. The biggest skill that you need to have in a lot of things is the ability to identify a deal. That's really what you're doing, whether it's traditional real estate or real estate notes. It's the skill set of the ability to identify a deal.
Mm-hmm.
So these big companies like First National, who's been around 50 years, I was telling you about, they're buying these notes every single month. They've got the money. What they need are the deals. So I found out, well, what kind of deals are you looking for? What do you specialize in? And then I would go out and find those deals, bring them to them, and then I could make a fee.
Okay. To
Okay.
charge
So I
the
started making fee income is what we call it.